Hi everyone, I'm Lorraine from Simply English Edinburgh. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to look at 10 phrasal verbs for the CPE, that's the Cambridge Proficiency exam. And yeah, I'm really excited about today's video. Those of you who follow me on Instagram or who come to my classes know that I absolutely love teaching phrasal verbs, and all of the verbs we're going to do today are ones that I've seen coming up in different parts of the exam, and I'll try to point out the parts as we go. So yeah, let's get started. The first phrasal verb today is to dwindle something away. And this one basically means that you are using something extremely wastefully. Now, a lot of people compare it to the phrasal verb to splash out on. However, I would say that if you splash out on something, maybe you have saved up for a party or a holiday or an event and you splash out on it and you spend a lot of money on it, but you have saved it. And at least you have something to show for your money. You have the party, you have the holiday, you have that beautiful coat, whatever it is. However, to dwindle something away is more negative. It means that you have savings and bit by bit you're spending, and you're not really spending it on anything in particular, and suddenly you check your bank balance and it's like, oh my god, what has happened to all my savings? So you've dwindled your savings away, you've absolutely wasted them, and you've nothing to show for it. Now, I have seen this phrasal verb come up in the use of English part of the exam, and it was related to the environment and how we are dwindling forests away with problems with deforestation. We're cutting down bits of forests from different parts, and little by little we are, without even realizing it, we are deforesting a lot of land. We are dwindling our resources away. The second phrasal verb today is to lash out at someone. And if you lash out at someone, it means you react extremely angrily towards them. I mean, any angry reaction is bad, but lash out at someone is particularly strong and unwarranted. So perhaps you have asked for a couple of extra days off at work, to leave early, and your boss just freaks out at you. That would be, he or she lashed out at me when I asked for time off. I reacted really, really angrily. People who tend to lash out at others, they tend not to have a lot of friends. They're quite unpopular people. It's a very negative reaction. The third phrasal verb today is to let someone in on something. It's kind of a mouthful to say it. It means to confide in someone, to trust them with a secret or with information that you don't necessarily want to share with everyone. He let me in on his plans to propose. So the proposal, that was a secret, and he let me in on that. So he told me about that plan in confidence. So you only let your close friends in on your secrets, people you really trust. The next phrasal verb today is to talk someone out of something. And now this one basically means that someone has made a decision to do something and you are trying to change their mind. So my friend wanted to leave her job. It was a really well-paying job. I tried to talk her out of it. I tried to convince her not to leave. It wasn't the best moment to do so. And again, a lot of people ask me about this one. Is it always a good thing? Can it be a bad thing? And it really depends on the context. So you could be talking someone out of doing something from a place of friendship and love. You care for this person. You don't want to see them making a mistake. But it could also be a very controlling thing to do. It could be offering unwarranted advice, and that's not a good thing. This is a phrasal verb that I have seen come up both in the use of English and also in the reading parts of the exam. Our next phrasal verb today is to swot up on something. To swot up on something is to study something in a lot of detail, to really go into detail. You guys are here today watching this video because you want to swot up on phrasal verbs. yeah, I was such a nerd at school. I swatted up on all of my subjects, I'm not gonna lie. I loved studying. So yeah, I enjoyed swatting up on grammar when I was studying languages. Yeah, I loved it. Next phrasal verb today is to stave off. This is one I heard in a listening exam. I'm not gonna lie, it's not one I would ever really use in my own day-to-day speaking, but to stave off basically means to try to delay the inevitable from happening. A process like aging, whether we like it or not, we are all getting older, and maybe we do different things to try to fight the signs of aging. A lot of people wear anti-aging cream to stave off aging or to stave off looking older. I saw it in the context of the exam of people doing exercise to stave off the deterioration of their muscles, and I've also seen it in a reading text actually, in relation to the environment, so measures that have been taken by governments to stave off coastal erosion. Though unfortunately this is a process that, you know, you can slow it down, but it's inevitable. It is going to happen, unfortunately. The next phrasal verb today is to boil down to, and to boil down to means basically the basic factor. Okay, I would love to travel so much more, but it all boils down to money, and it also, to an extent, it boils down to time. Okay, so these are the main factors that I need to take into consideration when thinking about traveling. COVID as well, but you know, that's for another story. The next phrasal verb is to phase out or to phase something out. It can be separable as well. I've seen this coming up in both readings and in listenings, and I think it's a very useful verb for your writing as well. To phase something out means to get rid of it, to eliminate it step by step. It is a gradual process. It is something that companies do when they want to stop selling a product. They don't just take it off the market completely, but maybe they sell less and less, they produce less parts for the product, less software as well. We can see a lot of companies doing that. So they phase out the product. Little by little, it goes off the market. It's not completely eliminated from the market. The ninth phrasal verb I want to do today is to mull over, or to mull something over. Again, it can be separable. This is one that I've seen coming up quite a lot in use of English, particularly in part 1. And to mull something over means to really carefully think about it, to spend a lot of time considering it. And think about mulled wine, because in mulled wine you've got your wine, you've got all your fruit, your cinnamon, your different flavors, and it's all like mixing together. And that's kind of what you're saying is going on in your head. So you've all of these ideas going around in your head, and you're carefully considering all of your options. You're thinking about everything. Okay, so he's mulling over changing his job. It's something that he's really carefully considering. And the last phrasal verb that we've got today is to put yourself out for someone, and this one means that you go out of your way, you make a lot of effort to help another person. Okay, so when I travel, I don't like when people put themselves out to get me from the airport. It's like, you know, you're doing a lot, you're helping me a lot, and it's kind of almost uncomfortable. It's like, no, you don't need to make that much effort. It's too much. And of course, some people feel that they put themselves out for others and they are being taken for granted, and that can be a bad thing as well. So that's it for today. These are 10 phrasal verbs that I have seen coming up in the exam that I hope you will find useful. And please leave comments below if you've got any doubts or any questions. As always, thank you for your support with this channel. Please like, subscribe and share with your friends. If you'd like to see more videos of this kind of style, let me know in the comments below. Cheers.